Hi everyone, welcome to this exam preparation study tips video. I hope that you will find these suggestions helpful as you prepare for the CFP exam. I do want to mention that these are study tips, so they're suggestions and not obligations. Obviously, you want to develop a system that works for you, and so this video is to just offer ideas that may help you as you're preparing for the exam. So study tip number one is to read the answer explanations, and especially when you get questions wrong. So as you're going through practice questions, you obviously want to get into a flow and make sure that you're moving quickly through the questions when you're actually taking the exam. But when you're practicing, it's important to make sure that you understand the concept. So when you get a question wrong, I would suggest making sure that you read the answer explanation, right? So that way that you can pick up on the concept or detail or formula that you may be missing in order to help you get it right the next time. You might also consider reading answer explanations even if you got the answer right, especially if you happen to get the answer right, but you don't know why. So I would recommend taking time to read the answer explanations when you're going through practice questions. Study tip number two is make flashcards. So there's a lot of information on the CFP exam and you won't remember everything all at once. So I would suggest making flashcards. And when you're making flashcards, one thing that may be helpful for you is to label each flashcard. So each flashcard would be designated by principal knowledge topic. So for example, if you're studying a question that is from investment planning, label at the top of the flashcard investment planning. You can even color code it, and that way it will help jog your memory about the knowledge topic area when you're studying that flashcard. And then also you want to consider making flashcards for the concepts that are a little bit more challenging for you. And so a lot of times that repetition will help you solidify the concept or detail that you're missing. So that's study tip number two, is to make flashcards. Study tip number three, strengthen your weakest areas. So we all have strengths and weaknesses, and I would plan to spend additional time on your weakest areas. So this could be tax planning, it could be retirement planning, whatever area that is for you, I would plan to spend extra time on that area. And then also you'll probably want to watch and rewatch and read and reread these weakest areas. And that way you can help strengthen the areas where maybe you're struggling a little bit and boost your score by getting some of those questions right that you would have otherwise maybe gotten wrong. This brings us to study tip number four, which is to familiarize yourself with available exam resources. So you'll want to read through the formula sheet and be very familiar with the formula sheet before taking the exam. And you also are provided with a tax table sheet, so you also want to be familiar with that one as well. I would know those very well so that when the question comes up on the exam, you know exactly which formula you're looking for and what you'll be calculating with that formula. And likewise with the tax table sheet, when you see the question on the exam, you'll want to know where to go on that sheet to find the information necessary to answer the question. And lastly, be familiar with the calculator and the functions on the calculator. Make sure you're using an approved calculator, and I would suggest having two calculators and even extra batteries just in case you need them. So these are a few study tips that hopefully will be helpful for you. and good luck in your CFP exam preparation.